Over the last decade, the scope of surveillance technology has reached a new level. We all have become used to the fact that we are being tracked around the clock by our smartphone in the pocket, but also by other smart devices such as fitness trackers, smart TVs, or virtual assistants. Cookies, tracking tools, and social logins allow the synchronization of user data across platforms and devices. These can be used by tech companies to understand our behavior, attitude, moods, and whereabouts. And this gives them powerful tools to influence our behavior in a targeted way. Some of them might be tempted to use their power to start shaping their political environment. And this, on the other hand, could lead to an increased concentration of political power and influence in the hands of a small technology elite, while elections, for example, would be reduced to a mere window dressing function. If we want to ensure that technology remains compatible with our democratic society, we all have to contribute. Rules and regulations need to be fine-tuned in order to find a balance between political, societal, and economic aspects. This applies, for example, when it comes to the deployment of surveillance technology, such as facial recognition, where one has to consider both security aspects, but at the same time, of course, users' privacy rights. This kind of technology is not only used in authoritarian societies, but also at least being tested in countries such as Germany, the UK, or Japan, and also used in the US. Democratic societies need to address the issue of hate speech, disinformation on the internet, and outright manipulation of voters without falling into censorship. This means that they have to find a fragile balance between the protection of fundamental rights of freedom of expression and at the same time protecting the public discourse from targeted influence. The use code of practice on disinformation with major social networks is a first step. Facebook, for example, opened up a war room to fight disinformation ahead of the EU elections in May. The company also this year faced a record fine of $5 billion in the US for privacy breaches in the Cambridge Analytica scandal. However, the main responsibility lies with us, the users and citizens. We all together have to make sure that our society becomes a digital literate one. We all have to better understand the algorithms and designs of the apps and devices we integrate more and more into our daily lives and our relationships. We need to understand the underlying mechanics of the data economy and how these impact us and our families. So digital literacy for society not only means to be prepared for increased automation and the labor markets of the future, or to understand how one can use artificial intelligence or the Internet of Things to increase productivity and economic growth. It also means to understand the risks of technology to our democratic society and to keep these at bay.